Welcome to the celebration, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's edition of On the Table. I'm your host. My name is Chimweka, or simply Chimweka, aka Chila 3. Now, my guest today, it's not the first time he's here. Last time we had him, we had a very interesting, explosive interview. And quite a number of issues that we discussed, that we talked about, and it was a very, very interesting one if you can remember. But he's done quite a lot from the last time that we spoke. He's gone on to win awards, international awards, and we're going to see this happen with the Mwizukanji feature film that he did. He's got the second one that will be premiering soon, and we'll talk more about that as well, and a lot of things that have happened in between. He's a multi-award winning filmmaker. I guess maybe he's also going to be winning awards for being a chief Chimbuyaist in Zambia. I don't know if there'll be something like that. Allow me to welcome Mr. Cosmas Ng'andwe. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How has life been since that interview, eh?
I think in Kapapta I start thinking through. I think that was one of the most powerful interviews we've had.
Yeah.
And I think one of the most powerful interviews on the table.
Yeah, no, it was a big one. You know Cosmas is, we calling it, it's interviews in Kariga. It's like really. But no, it's good. I think from that interview, I posted like a snippet on TikTok. It got like a million views. Like there's a lot of things that people picked from that. But even just the things that you said, you spoke about certain people.
Mm-hmm.
What was the feedback? Have you met these people ever since you spoke about them? It's people like Shimu, Mbi.
Yeah, we've made peace. I think I was being a child. Yeah, but also ukukula mano. With growth comes a lot of wisdom, and you realize that there are certain things that you're not supposed to talk about, things that can just be spoken about in silence, and certain things that you can just simply watch.
Yeah.
And he's a very good man.
So who did you approach him? Did he approach you? I think it was the other way. I think you maybe went to him. Maybe you felt guilty. That's what I'm suspecting.
I think it was not a very big deal for him, really. It could have been a whole issue with me because career.
Yeah.
But for him, it was just one of those things, and we met. I think last month we were together on the Copper Belt.
Oh, okay.
Doing a show there, and he invited me to speak to the people at his own show.
Oh.
You know, we have Cosmas here selling tickets, even talked about the show that we were doing. Yeah, for me that signified a lot of things, and before then we had actually met.
Which is a good thing. And you know, for someone like Cosmas is not even somebody who like drinks, where you think that he came high for the show, he smoked something or he drank something. You just are one person who just speak your mind.
Straightforward, because ultimately I don't want to live my life for the masses or expectations. Society yalitupela elevated status yako bati tetu nine basi tetu ende tetu nine kabu. But nganjkwete nangu defie genuinely I don't have badnari pisha. Should I live up to people's expectation? So I really just want to live an honest life for myself.
Yeah.
I want to live an honest life for myself before anyone else, because if I am not genuine with myself, there are a lot of people I can lie to. Because I come from nothing, and because I have something now, I mustn't change who I truly and genuinely am.
And just being honest.
Yes.
But and how do you? Because a lot of people seemingly fail to manage that, because especially when you're in the limelight, people want to keep up appearances. And like you're saying, it leads them into even more problems. And but others have a different way of looking at it, because they don't want to be disrespected by the public. Have you ever experienced that in the process of you being honest, where people now sometimes begin to demean you or look down on you because of that?
Last month, I think around the same show I spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
I drove to Ndola, na viti ya madam. So we went to sell tickets at a certain hospital. Then I bump into this fan. He says, "Ah, Logic mienza ka vits. Imo mfuniko enza motoka yamene ikulu na engine." Nato, unanipasa ndalama zogula yeyo motoka. "Ah no, kairi imwe ndimo pita imwe." Nati napita kuti. Because mwatu muno, you can be famous and broke. So now, if I live beyond my means, nkala mitumi na mafoni yonza ndero mbako ya gasi, ndero mbako ya shani. Why? Because I have to impress a certain crowd of people. I have to impress a certain group of people that think I have become. So na isa mwa vyo awe life tefe yabe vyo. Fila mchita imagine tefe tu abe. Ngana pisha fya nchita ikamoneka vyate awe no mbo uyarifika. Mukamona fe no kumona because variable lesa emia panchita yabo. He moves with them until they become. But even in all this process, they maintain who their true self is, their original identity, except it only grows wiser and wiser, and you learn more, you grow more. So I overcome it by being honest with myself, because if I go back home, I'm challenged. Yes, I've had over 27 cars. I've got houses where I am. But does it show? No. Do I want to live like never landlord panond? But people shouldn't feel my success anywhere I go, or whatever my accolades or my achievements or my accomplishments everywhere I go. Because at the end of the day, we just want to live in moments and just live, not because of what we've achieved.
Wait, when you say you actually have 27 cars? Or was that just an example?
Nah, Chilanda. Tuambo kuyulula.
Really? But that's a true story?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what kind of cars are we talking about?
Tapawa pa fena yakulu. Ni ene fyama vitsi. Ama ofadi. Tumashani untu. But yapo yava.
And you bought all of these like through film?
I don't have plan B, if this film thing fails, I'm doomed. If it doesn't work out for me, because I'm not even a content creator, but I have a pangama skit every day. Now I've come to terms with the fact that I can only do it once in a while. So I can only MC, make films, and do shows, and maybe do theater shows. So if these things or clinging on to the art as an umbrella, if they don't work out, I'm doomed.
And I think this should be a very inspiring story, because for a very long time, the creative space has been it's been looked down upon by a lot of parents. If a child says they want to venture into film, media, music, before, a parent would even tell their child, this is not what you should be doing. Go for the conventional, traditional, white-collar jobs. But if someone can hear that logic just through film, as 27 vehicles, as how many houses did you say? You see? So meaning boarding houses through film. That should be something to really be inspired by. But when do you think, when would you say money's got into film? Because I've interviewed actors and actresses from way back in the day. One of them I can give an example of is Amaichi Doti. What was her role in Kabananas? Dynasty, yes. I've talked to her before, and she says, look, back then, there was no money in film, but now there is.
I think back in the day, it's still there now. People used to use their money to make films. And somewhat we're using our films to make money. With the coming in of platforms like the Zambezi Magic,
yes,
they elevated us, not to the African standards, but for our standards, we were okay because there's not a single filmmaker I heard in 2010 that would get paid 30,000 kwacha for acting every single month. There's not a single, even 15 pin for acting every single month. So we were in employment really for our talents. So every single month you expect it, and then all these other features in other productions add up to the already existing income.
Mm-hmm.
Then for me, who does films and comedy shows, besides my salary, I know I'm going to do a comedy show somewhere. Ngabampera konangwa 6 to 10,000 kwacha per show. If I have 2 or 3 in a month, I am okay. I host MCs, wedding as a host. Kulianga bamforesha because in charge 10 pin per event.
Mm-hmm.
So ngani nkwata my event hari 4 month. Kukwata kufena ngwat 40 pin. And then ngatawa kwata inenshinwa. Takwa boko ntwale mpia ngani. You know what I mean? We have to save to make another film that I have to personally go on the streets and sell tickets because I'm firstly changing the narrative that nangu walipisha impia tashiko nkabalia shifwaya balia bale bombesha. And then money doesn't say that alesh papa tiresh nangu shakwa marukula ngashika shikala fepamo. You never even know whether it's stolen money or money earned hard.
Just into hustle.
You know what I mean? So the film industry really grew when they came in, and when people began to look at us as potential people to make money for them.
Now, speaking of that, I was seeing one. I think it should be an actor. Mm-hmm. There was a conversation that came up around this issue of people getting paid and others not getting paid. Mm-hmm. So people get to do their work, but then maybe producers or executive producers are owing them. Maybe they've even got arrears in payments. They've not paid these people. Mm-hmm. And now there's a whole debate of whether somebody or not should voice out, should speak out. Knowing a logic seems like the type of person who would probably speak out. But others have frowned upon that, saying it's not a good approach. You need to just handle things out amicably in the background. What do you think?
I've been exploited multiple times before I was what I am. And whether that exploitation meant Cosmas Ng'andwe voicing out or speaking out for the masses or continuing, I never gave up. So there's a power that comes with exploitation that has got a platform, which a lot of my colleagues don't know. Imagine umuntu aisa kwebati nala kubika pazambezi magic enkakupere mpia ibatilie mpia taishire then wapisha iwe, you become famous. That gives you a lot of opportunities to really look around. Our industry, unfortunately, ngawapointera producer omo, it's possible that you would have insulted everyone because they have a cartel of producers.
So there's a cartel?
They talk.
In Zambian film?
They talk. I'm becoming one. I realize that.
So are you part of the cartel already? Or?
But I have a different approach because I love to experience people myself. So you'll find that maybe the reason why Chimweka was removed from that film is because the producer failed to pay him, and he feels like he's not being valued. So I'm going to work with you and experience you on my own. When I realize that what that producer was saying is true, then I will side with them or I will agree with them because I've experienced you. But it doesn't mean people shouldn't come out and speak. But that's what the Bembas say. Yeah. So you must be very strategic because behind this exploitation lies very good opportunities that eventually people begin to recognize you for. So I know of producers that have not paid people. I'm equally owing people. But it's folly for us to begin to go out there especially if you can have conversations with the very people owing you that iwe vuto ilipat. Then someone says, here, okay, can I pay you around this time? Because right now, I don't have money for us independent filmmakers. But also the Zambian producers that are funded or that have shows or productions that have got money, please pay people. Because this is our livelihood. At the end of the day, you find that someone has got 5 children that really depend on him. Then film.
Okay, so now that you're also in a position of being a producer, why do you think that's the case, where some of these productions, even the ones that have money, are not paying people? Is it just greed by some of these producers?
For some people, we are wired differently. And sometimes our inspirations are different. They're egocentric people. They are people that just want to see others win. They are people that just want to put others on the map. And then when the money comes there, their eyes go behind their back. They stop seeing what's in front, forgetting that the same front is what brought them whatever money. And then kula bafena bali abakwati wakwate mpia walubana fi. Wambo wareko kwasuka abantu abakwafwiro to get there. And then when people now refuse in the future to work with you, you start saying Zambian actors are not like this. I'm gonna give my personal opinion. I think money says so much about people when it comes. So
it exposes people who they really are.
Yes. So Bambi badi bafe bwino. Bambi. So my encouragement to producers is, if you're an independent producer and you know that your film is not gonna make money, be frank with the people at the very beginning. Tell them, like I always do, because I'm not funded. So pakwamba pali ya muntu na alamwe bati, alo, which pondo? If you mtere panga, Mwizukanji part 1, ili ashiria kwe bati, impia nshkwete. But iwana inetu ala sign a contract, nikakupela 1 kwacha. Ngana shisha film. Either after premiere or ngana shisha film ukulikonzi. Are you willing to wait? It's up to them. When they say no, there's been people that have said no, and we've not worked together. Those that accept, because they are also taking part into changing the narrative. When the money begins to come, I am one person who loves to pay people up front. There are a lot of people that have gotten paid for the Mwizukanji part 2, by the way, before the premiere. Why? Because nchitanga nakwata kufi omuntu ampera ko 10 pin iwe impia abenching na eba producer madam aba fumisha impia abapera. You know why? Because at the end of the day, trefa by the time premiere ilefika nishto akwata vya nkongole shaba nono. Remember part 1 taturabwesha na ile equipment ya ivirwe taturashita. There are certain people that have not gotten paid from part 1. Why? Because our Zambians set up wants us to show like we are doing very well. Taturambo kuchitika. Film tairambo kulipira, because corporate entities are not coming on board to support us. Even when we write, I've written over 250 proposals in my entire career as an independent filmmaker, and then it's like we just get blocked somewhere or whatever.
So how much is the lowest getting paid from the Mwizukanji film?
That's like me sitting here and beginning to discuss how much salary have a guy down on TV. If when I ever try to get my NDA and I'm for what we are paying.
I mean, you don't even have to say the name. I mean, we're not asking for the name. We're just looking at, okay, where are we at in terms of even like finances and
all of that. What if a guy, but I'm a day players, I have a taisa fi akita ko sinimo, mampela boy, pali ko 5 zarian.
Okay.
Asenda piam.
Okay.
But could find a guy about for 20 film fein. But nili yako bati nankwa isa fene bumba ala chitashani abananko chitako so abapera ko fira fen. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good if we're really getting to that. But I mean, just the Mwizukanji, the part 1 itself, and how far it went. Did you see it going that far?
When I saw how much I was fought, I realized that yes, there's something great ahead. And when that AMVCA award came, we were at the premiere for Jeff Tapiri. he was launching his film at New Metro.
Uh-huh.
So tasizo tamba film tichoka chepanja. While we are celebrating the successful launch, I received a phone call from someone who doesn't call me every day. He says, "Hi, Cosmas, congratulations."
Who was that?
Eric Nasho.
Okay.
The young brother to Nasho Maplang.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Hi, congratulations, you've won." Won what? The AMVC. Serious? Instantly, I felt the fulfillment of whatever struggle we've had. Not tiling down everything we've done to just that particular award, but the magnitude of the award is what made me feel sad. I was emotional for a moment because I couldn't celebrate, I couldn't feel anything. When the news spread around the people that were around me, I remember there was Biflo, even Jefta himself, a lot of other colleagues that attended the premiere. Kwenza kuninya muna kureko celebrate a few meter brutamba tambo celebrate a Mwizukanji manji. And I realized that in the moment, our industry is not one that has jealous people. For a moment, even if there's something great, if something greater happens, everybody puts aside what's there and then celebrate an individual, which inspired me to even push more in celebrating others. Why? Because I felt celebrated that evening or that night. And I felt like the words of the Bible replayed in my head. The word of God has been fulfilled today. It's like it was a promise that was meant to be fulfilled. And whatever comes with the award, I've gained respect from a lot of colleagues around.
Yeah. And that's a nice thing. And I love how you always, make reference to the Bible, make reference to God, even as you get to speak. But we'll talk more about that. We'll take a break. After the break, we'll talk about Mwizukanji 2 and what lies ahead and much more as we hang out with Cosmas Ng'andwe. Welcome back. You're still watching On the Table. My guest is a filmmaker, award-winning, by the way, Mr. Cosmas Ng'andwe. You seem to have a very good relationship with God, eh? How do you describe your relationship with God?
It's complicated because I complicate it myself. But oftentimes, I'm reminded to be grateful when I look around me. And the song that, my favorite song of all times, from the time I realized, is Tishon's Grateful. That one, Mulongo Wangan.
The title track for his album,
Yes.
Grateful, yeah.
Why? Because that song says so much. Like a lot of things that I prayed for, I have them already. And when I look at my age, I look at...
Yeah, Cosmos, how old are you?
Nshalanda po. Nkalanda fe ushikunka kwansha 30 years. And as long as you don't hear me anytime soon,
you know, there's some people who, I think people only find out their age when they die. Sometimes. God forbid that happens before. So, but you're not yet 30.
30 years.
But wait, why don't you want to say, why do you hide your age? I always like to find out why people hide their age.
I don't know. I think it's just me. I never loved people really knowing my age.
Why? Is it because you have been like young in most setups?
Too many times.
And you don't want to feel disrespected or undermined because you are young.
I've been undermined, I've been disrespected, but all those things did not make me feel like I'm not supposed to tell people my age. I don't know, it's just a decision I made. We actually made together with my wife that feel free to address us as grandparents.
But clearly you're above the age of 25.
Of course. But nobody come here.
I've underestimated, I think maybe 27, 26.
Yeah, congratulations. We are all entitled to how we feel. What we
Okay,
think.
if you had to guess, how old do you think he is? She says 27. How old do you think he is?
As a couple, now.
26, 28. Somewhere there, like one of the three. I
I
know someone here is right. That's the fact.
I think so. Could be the three of you or one of you.
Okay, so meaning you tell us when you reach 30. Okay.
Yes.
So but anyway, you're saying you're proud of what you've done before the age of 30.
Yes. And because I continue to nurture this relationship, it gives me more grace. It gives me more sight and wisdom. No matter how much I sin, I always go back to the cross and kneel down and pray. I've got my own issues. A lot of them, if they were to go to social media, social media, this is the Chimweka we knew.
Yeah.
But God continues to keep me,
Yes.
preserve me, and protect me. So that is why I'm grateful. And also because whatever I speak comes to life. Whatever I speak comes to life. Do you think this could just be individuals doing it for me? No, there must be a certain level of grace that falls upon me every single time I say that. I'm going to fill up Murungush and then it's filled up. I'm going to fill up Levy Cinemas and it's filled up. I'm going to do Mwizukanji Part 2 and it's done. And this time around, very smoothly. And he features a lot of great personalities. I just call Makituba Kamba Ndefu Mwakite Kwapa. Okay, Wechpondo, to the Pangalisa. I call Ndinema, I call KB. A lot of different celebrities. I call them and they said, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you sometimes feel like with the industry we're in, it's people can easily get swayed away from their consistency when it comes to religion?
Yes, it's easy. I've had a number of opportunities to really just detour. But then what makes you is what continues to live with you. And because your thoughts control your emotions, and your emotions control things around you, I constantly think about the things that will grow me and the industry, respectively. So I'm heavy on reminding myself that I am great. I'm heavy on reminding myself that ulimwaicheiwe walikuwa mano ukapisha, and there will be a time when you're going to start selling shows or movies in one single post. Kwatire yachitire Chris Brown ilia ku South Africa. Na vena deo bali chitapo aposta fiateo. I'm going to South Africa. 90,000 tickets sold. Deo's show sold in 1 hour wherever she was going. That's the inspiration I have. But I'm not going to wake up one day and post and think it's going to work out. I have to be the guy to go to the ground, because God says, I will bless the works of your hands. And because he tells me that believe in the Lord Jesus Christ and you will be saved, you and your household. So, narimchetekerafi. And because I'm saved, I know that anything I do, he's with me. He moves with me. So when I go on the street and talk to strangers, they are going to believe me, because it's not me talking, it's he who lives in me and is bigger than anything else.
Have you ever thought of being a pastor?
No. No, but I have commitment issues also.
Really?
It's not complicated. Kunabuka lero ndevo kuba pastor, then nambo kulofa ku church kumwanti. So,
and even just with religion, how do you manage to like get back on track?
Surprisingly, I don't even go to church.
Really?
That much.
What church did you
So
come from?
I was born in CMML.
Okay.
Yes. Then went to United Church of Zambia.
Okay.
Now, I am between the two churches.
Okay.
So I know I belong to CMML because I went back to Wade from my original church, my childhood. But then, because our church doesn't have drama, I went to UCZ so that I can be attending the Presbytery festivals, the consistory festivals. I love to do theater. And I realized that around the times that I've gone to UCZ, there's people that have been empowered with or have helped discover their talents, and it's worked out for them. So meaning, I have no choice but to be between the two.
Nice. Now, speaking of being a pastor, filmmaker, comedian, we lost Robam Mwape, Winemushi.
May he so rest in peace.
May he so rest in peace. I don't know if you've ever had any personal interaction with him.
I encountered him in Kitwe. I had a show, A Dying Man's Last Conversation, early this year or last year. Early this year. So I met him at, where's Mukuba Mo? It's in Kitwe.
Where's that?
Mukuba Mo.
Mukuba Mo is... ECL Mo is in Kitwe.
Kitwe, yes. That's where I met him.
Yeah.
No. I met him, I think in Kitwe. He was selling CDs. So I looked at him and I walked up to him and said, Mama Fiash, logic, because he was very welcoming. Says, I'm okay. Kale Mama Fiash, I'm not saying, no, if we job. I didn't even know that he was a pastor until his death. But the amount of wisdom he possessed that day made me think.
It moved you.
Yes, this man. But one thing that inspired me that day was the fact that even after becoming, he continues to go back to the same roots, selling CDs and giving people the content that he's done, which somewhat made me realize that please never lose your old ways, no matter what you become. There's an inspiring story I heard from the late president, Rupia Banda, where he would stop a motorcade to buy fritters from a woman that used to sell him the time that he was a farmer. And for me, even up to date, ninamanga cheka one room pali mami nimaenda kunkara. Besides the few houses I've built around the house, kulicheka anga keswa mankalamo bali bonza. So if I'm in the creation process, I move to my mother's house and start staying there.
It's not just a shrine now. No one is allowed to be in there. So logic. No, I'm just joking.
Ni room che because sometimes my place is far. You'd come from a show. Nyamboyenza, number of kilometers. I just go Karomachi and go na kuwa mami na end. Because they say to just see jama rules yakobati tetul iwe tetul ale out. Twapanga for friendship yakobati mwache inekwe naenda kunona pesa nsima nikudya. So ngati mwapika sakira nche wopasa. Nafika bondi ndinokuta. Why? Because whatever you create around yourself begins to work for you if you choose to. So Robert Mwafiashi, I think he was a versatile creative, versatile actor. I watched a certain clip after his death where he broke down what the Chinese have come to do in our country.
Yes. And it seems like it's sort of even relatable even years later, you know?
It's like it was prophecy because those things are happening now. And I was like, how come I never got to work with such a person? Yeah, but God knows why.
Yeah. May so rest in peace indeed. But you speak of your wife. You and your wife seem to have a very liberal relationship.
I'm a gangster. Nafika kunyumba na pesa sana pika. Hiyo mfana. Vakuja vipi pesa sana pika? Restaurant.
Which is a good thing. At least you're best friends before.
Yes. And then this happens. Timapika kumanyumba. Nisema med kumanyumba. Stiwana so. Kairi love chemwe love chipua. Epo fena bali afi highest ranking shanshan na vena. barafika mavena papa mpelako. So there's so many.
There's a line that Neslong has in Aye, where he says that big dog must treat, but ekompetum chiroku. So that's the situation for you.
Yes. Ndiwe njomba kunja kukaenda kunyumba. Papata. Chikanga cha lion ima sinachankuri queen lion. So lioness nje baliko.
Okay. Let's talk about Mwizukanji 2. You've got a very interesting cast. You spoke about this earlier. Getting Makitu on board. Why did you even think of getting Makitu on board?
I think he's a brilliant actor.
You think so?
I think so.
I've never really seen him. What has he done?
I saw him in City on Fire. I think we were shooting. We were in the same.
City on Fire, was it Wycliffe or was it Wycliffe? Okay.
Wycliffe, but yes, and that's where I realized that one day I'll use this guy, and he executed according to how I wanted him to. Given time, he would do so much. Same as KB. But one hell of a...
But KB, I know KB has been acting for some time.
But one hell of a brilliant actor is in Dinema.
Yeah, I've been seeing the Sky Girls thing he's been doing. I'm like, okay, this is...
Yes. Given time to just sit with him and coach him based on the character, I think he would hammer.
Because even from his skits, you can see it. You can see it in him. Like, he's got that ability there.
Yes. But also one of the good actors I've seen in the country is Kelanzo. That
Oh yeah, yes.
Besides the jokes that he does, I think he would make a very good actor given a film.
So what makes a good actor?
The uniqueness, the versatility. When you give me to perform the character of Logic, I'm a whole different individual. When you give me the Chilala character, I'm a whole different. When you give me the virus character, being able to... Okay, I'll give an example of the late Robert Mwape. When you saw that clip, it has nothing to do with Mwinemush.
Yeah.
Nothing.
You'd think it's two different people.
Yes. That is what makes a good actor. And the one with potential is how they're able to... we call it individual brilliance. Tia kita soche. How you're able to give me back lines on a freestyle. And your expressions, your body language, your gestures, your tonations, your face, everything put together. You can tell that uyu ni mukali. So nangu kama award best actor, best chani. Pamenenenzo winner, and I've got over 50 awards from theater and my entire career. I think in the Vivian Zone Up, I was a whole serious actor. I'm a very emotional actor than a comedian.
So if you had to have Cosmas Ng'andwe awards, who's the best female actor?
Best female actor in Zambia.
Yeah.
Best female actor in Zambia. Guy wazani wazakani ngenamo but all the actors are good. The actresses rather are brilliant, but one that stands out for me I have two. Francia and Mfaweli. You may not know her. She's the vice president for NAMA.
Okay.
National Association for Media Arts. She's one hell of a brilliant.
Deputizes, is it Bridget?
No. Ice Morgan, because there's a new executive now.
Oh, Bridget Zichewe is no longer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
So you think these are top two? And best male actor for you in Zambia?
Male actor. Bagai bakali wengi. Again, I would pick two.
Okay.
One of them is, you'll be shocked, Well, Leo
Uh-huh.
is good.
Yeah.
For me, it's my opinion, and you can do whatever you want. And if I were to have my awards, this last one, yeah, na shupako. So pale abomfire na ifumya pone mwine.
Yeah.
Because ndi mkali ine. Ndi mkali. Okay. No twala have na umo. If I think of
So
one,
Leo.
I do. Uncle Leo. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now, so with the Mwizukanji feature film itself, after winning that award, how has the relationship been with Mwizukanji, especially with the success of the Mwizukanji films?
We've been okay. But even before then, we were okay. We never used to talk every day, Chinese, as and when. But for the part one, probably a lot of people have asked why has she not been posting the.
Yeah.
Because I engaged her as an influencer for the film, so there was a budget specifically for that. So because this particular time I didn't have money, as a company we decided that we may not be able to meet the.
Were you hoping that she'd be posting even without getting paid for it?
Not really. I don't hope for anything in life. People won't just share your stuff. You have to talk them into the idea. So I stopped looking forward to. But those that do, I also do the same for them. But even before someone does something, I always share their stuff, especially if it's significant to them. I always do that. But I was not really. I expected anything really. Because I don't put expectations to things. Nebon kala ikala ma heartbreak at the end of the day.
So it was strictly business.
I should think so. But don't get me wrong. She's a very good person, and I love her genuinely for what she's built for herself and how resilient she is. I think it's one of the things that inspire me about her. And the decision to... I actually shared the trailer with them. But because you're asking people to post for you, it's their decision to either share it or not.
So meaning you shared the trailer with her, but she never posted it?
Maybe I sent it to the thing, to the business number. Yes, but it's not a big deal. Because even certain events, if people pay, it shows.
Yeah.
You know? Because at a certain point, it has to become business because that's what you do for a living.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even if you're using my name. If you're using my name. Because I mean, Kapalo here is I don't know if I can put him as a filmmaker. What are you? Are you also a filmmaker? What are you? Well, some filmmakers around. So guys, just if you use my name, I think I'm going to have some personal interest. But I mean, again, it's business at the end of the day. If that's not what you
my relationships,
agreed.
you can't. I can't force you to do what I want you to do for me.
Yeah.
It's your decision. You ask someone, would you kindly share this for me? If maybe they're occupied at a particular... Remember, life is happening to all of us. Iyo nakushita invite wedding kumwa ndita waishire. Mundu ba fake ba guy. Kanshu mnobe banyina bali dwere.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Or if you mnobe takwete transport. So we are not entitled to help. We shouldn't be entitled to people. Because no one owes you anything.
Yeah.
But for me, Zambians owe me support. You owe me support. Why? Because I'm not going to make it without you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in whatever we do. We need to be wise enough to know that uyu munandi up to this level. Uyu munandi up to this level. Na ina discerning spirit here. Tufile tule prepare up.
Like we should know each other's place, where we are at in people's
Right.
lives. Huh? Okay. But is she, do you know if she's coming for the premiere? I don't know if you've discussed that, or maybe you have to pay for that as well.
Chimweka ruwarubudi.
No. I mean, it's a genuine question because
No. I'm supposed to go and
business.
deliver tickets. Ku Mitopia. Because ndeshishaba ndo amaticket. Ndeshishaba nandi bonse. Bonse. Ndebashisha amaticket.
Yeah, but I've seen her like support people. I think what was that? I saw Chinchilo one. I think
Yes.
she
No, she supports
got
me.
the number of tickets. Yeah,
I'd be stupid to say she doesn't support me. She's been there. She was at my wedding. She's been to most of my stuff.
Yeah.
Even the foundation festival we had last year, she could have been absent, but she sent someone, and we were live on their page.
Yeah.
There's nothing. We can't take life personal.
Yeah.
Who was there for you in the moment of absence?
Yeah.
Why are you not here for me? Then you're ungrateful.
I'm happy. Yeah. Cosmas has grown for real. Huh? I'm very impressed. Huh? I'm very impressed.
Push me, huh?
I was trying to push him. Like, hey, let's see how far it's gonna.
Masuke. Yeah. Nalikula mmano hapa. Ndibafya.
I was like, okay, let's see his breaking point. But anyway, I know. I just don't take it further. We'll leave it there.
Cheers.
You know me when I want to. I said, no. Let me save the brother
Please.
some trouble.
Please. Yeah, nikonka maningi trouble. Mwizukanji, please forgive me. There's nothing. I love you so much, my sister.
Cosmas Ng'andwe. So where's everything happening from?
So the premiere is at Levi Mwanawasa Medical University. We should have had our first premiere there, but we wanted to give people a prestigious experience, so we went to Mulungushi. But now, we've taken it back to Levi Mwanawasa. Why? Because they have a spacious venue. It's modern, very beautiful, and can accommodate a lot of people. Why? I think that place is also central. Yeah, for those coming Uku, even from these ends, and it starts at 19 hours. This time around, there's been people that complain, no, you put conditions to these premieres, we have to dress like this, some of us won't show up because of Nankani. So now, this time, what we've done is, we've said people must wear maboringo, my crocs, na machania, ma sweatpants.
Doesn't that take away from the elegance of the event? Because
ni feeling young.
But this is what happens across the world. People need to dress up for things.
So why are we?
Stefan is going to be disappointed with this.
It's not his film. He needs to know that, and because it's our film, I meet people on the ground, on the streets, that refuse to buy because they don't have clothes to wear. It's not how it's going to be for the rest of our lives, but we decide what we want because we're not reporting to anyone. We're reporting to our bosses on the streets that buy the tickets.
Yeah.
And because it's more about the consumers than us that make the film, I think it's just right that we make them, for once, feel heard.
Yeah.
That is where the idea was born. I would love to wear a suit. I'd love to engage someone to do a suit for me. But umuntu ashitama ticket ya 10 pin. Then imwewe ati yama mukasa na mfala suit ya 15. Takese. Takese ngana mwewe ati feel free, dress how you want. They will be comfortable to freely step there.
And I almost forgot one last thing before I let you go. This whole Chimbuya thing, aren't you overdoing it? Don't you think it's just a bit too much now?
Mediocre has a very huge platform than sense. Idiocy. Apafenga na sala ndo fefia upuma. Interview ku blower foot. But fionse fia manove tulanjileta kuli wingesa konkapo. And because we are upholding the tradition and culture that we've lived by, it's not any different. It's just that I'm famous and I'm on the spotlight. That's why it looks like it's too much. But this is the tradition that we've lived by all my life, the 15 years that I've been in the industry. And all these years, I've always been poured powder on. All the 15 years of my life.
Mm. But the thing is, the concern is that you've taken it to the extremes. Like it's just...
Me. It's not me.
Well, right now, when people think of Chimbuya and so on, people think of Cosmas, and even just how you... Because people feel like you overdid it, like you took it too personal.
No. I am a little yafumineko tenena lesansa na bantu. Balensansa.
Because of what you did before that.
Why can't people stop?
And there'll be some comments where people are saying, even me, I'm Bemba, but yes, he deserves this. He deserves to be...
Do you know what they did to me before Amaliro?
Yabarungu.
Pamaliro Yaba Daddy.
But probably even before that again. So it's like it's just revenge because and you know how and why people would say that? Because when there's a funeral, when somebody who's Bemba dies, you're like the first person that comes to mind.
And this maybe I'm the chosen one for these Chimbuya things, because it seems like Litu is too much.
So okay, so you seem to be enjoying it a little too much, this whole Chimbuya thing.
Okay, urondiwe Chimweka. Wauka cha postati kumaliro sini ndako following day wakana 20,000 followers ungaleke.
Also, it's giving you a following.
I just realized that besides nima enjoy na mwine wake. But besides the enjoyment, it's like bantu bambili bavimvira mumushe futhi. And also nine vienda vini pangirako, it's easy to say out there. Like I said, Mediocre has a larger platform than Sense.
Oh, okay. Now I get what you are trying to say.
It's easy to...
So that's what brings people's attention.
Whatever I'm communicating is easily understood like that. Because I'm not a content creator who's going to... but I'm not looking forward to funerals. I'm not a content creator who is going to make skits every day.
Yeah. Okay, I get you.
When there's a chance, it works out. Between the spaces, we are just normal human beings. When that happens...
Yeah, it is what it is.
Overdoing it means we are doing every single day. Then I'm being stupid.
Okay, that would be crazy.
What do you unface that one?
We'll talk about that on the other side. On the other side on the table. Since we have to end the show for today, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, we're here every Sunday, 17 hours. Diamond TV Zambia on YouTube, DStv Channel 271, GOtv Channel 20. And the Diamond TV Personality of the Year Awards are on. The voting has actually started. So make sure you vote by visiting the website, diamondtvzambia.com. Cosmas, who's been my guest today, is one of the nominees in the public vote category of Inspirational Youth of the Year. So if you feel is deserving of that award, take time to vote for him. This is where we have to end the show. Bye-bye.